Yes, sir. Now today, we gonna talk about the NFL, man. And I'm gonna share some free game on this video because I haven't shared some free game on how to use Gematria to decode sports in about maybe a year or two since the NBA. It was a how to decode. I used the NBA. So now I'm gonna use this opportunity while the NFL season going on to do a tutorial on how to use Gematria to decode the NFL. Right, and shout out to those of y'all that's on the Winnable and the Patreon. On the Winnable, we got a team. We got a 3-person team on the Winnable, right? So we hit a 4-0 clean sweep yesterday. NFL Sunday Week 2. Shout out to Ball Don't Lie and Hit a Lick Sports, right? These are two other guys that know what they doing. They've been doing Gematria for a while. And they know what they doing, man. And we done team together and we collaborating and we're dropping picks on Winnable, right? So I got both of those links in the description if you want to check those out. The Patreon as well. That's myself. The Patreon is myself. The Winnable is Ball Don't Lie, Hit a Lick Sports, and I, right? But let's go. I want to share some free game on why these picks hit, right? And then we gonna touch on the games that's coming up today. So shout out to the people that came early enough for the games that's about to start in a few hours, Monday Night Football. Cause I'm dropping this before the NFL, the slate today, the 7 o'clock slate and the 10 o'clock slate. It's a let me see. Let me show my full screen so I can see what time it is as I'm doing this. Yeah, full screen. It's 5:28. It's 5:28. Right? So New England Patriots. So the New England Patriots hit. So we got let's go over here. Let's go over here. NFL, what that was, September 14th. And no, it's not my real name. But so the New England Patriots, right? So first thing first, what you want to do when you're looking into these games, you want to look. So let's go backwards. Let's go to yesterday, right? Because that's the day that the game was on. It was the 257th day of the year. Let's just go to the base for a second. Blood sacrifice equals 257. So that's going to be the premise of these rituals on whatever day you want to look at the date numerology first. What day are these games being played on? And this day, this was also Pope Leo's birthday. The new Pope that's from Chicago. That was his 70th birthday yesterday, September 14th. Right? When Antichrist equal 149. And also Skull and Bones equals 149. The 14th of September. Right? So with that being said, man, we look at the Patriots record all time. I believe they was away. That was an away game for them. So you see how they had on that game. They came in on 257. They won that game and remained on 257 losses. On the 257th day of the year. So those are the easy one. When you spot that, when the losses correlate with the day of the year or the days that's left, that's a strong indication right there. That's a strong indication right there. But you don't want to stop looking there. You want to keep going because you might see something on the other side. The same way you look at one team, you got to do the same thing with the other team. Right? So they happen to stay on 257 losses on the 257th day of the year. And the other team, the Dolphins, always look at the money lines as well. It don't matter what sports book it is. It doesn't matter. I know the books, on different books, the money lines are the same. Are different. But The money lines are telling you what role each team is playing, right? So for the Patriots to stay on 257 like blood sacrifice, for them to stay on to stay on blood sacrifice, and the team that they end up playing against was Miami Dolphins, and their money line was 130, like human sacrifice, right? So they was the human sacrifice for the blood sacrifice, right? That's the role they played. They played the role of the sacrifice, the sacrificial team. So that's why they lost. And then remember, the game was on the 14th of September, 14/9, like Skull and Bones. And then keep in mind, we talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We talking about the Buccaneers, the team with the Skull and Bones logo. So on 14/9, the team with the Skull and Bones logo, their money line is plus 110. Their money line with, oh, excuse me, I'm thinking about the game for the day, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My fault. We talking about the Patriots. My fault. So we got the Patriots plus 110, right? Just like Skull and Crossbones. So it's still the same thing. Ignore the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? But do keep in mind that today they play. And we gonna get into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers anyway. So it's funny that I brought that up. So that means that I should after the Patriots game, we're gonna talk about the Buccaneers later on today. So it was a reason behind that Freudian slip, I guess, right? But the Patriots, right, on 14/9, Skull and Crossbones equals 110, so it matched right up. So that's the role they playing. Was the Skull and Bones team. Skull and Bones team and the human sacrifice for the Skull and Bones, which was the Miami Dolphins. And just do I keep saying the Buccaneers, bro? See, but you gonna see why. You gonna see why my brain keep accidentally saying the Buccaneers. So the next thing you want to look into is these coaches, man. You want to look into these coaches because the coaches and the quarterbacks are the most important pieces of these NFL games. So you want to look up the coaches. So if I don't know their name, I'll go Patriots coach Mike Vrabel. I'll click on their page just to make sure, just to confirm. Okay, Patriots head coach. Okay, then I'll go over here. And say Mike Vrabel coach record. I'll go over there like that. Boom, click this green one, this Pro Football Reference. He went to a Jesuit high school. See what I'm saying? So he ended up winning that game because this is the Patriots coach. So he ended up winning that game, and he stayed, and he got his 55th win and stayed on 46 losses. So remember this whole blood sacrifice theme, right? Because this game was on the 257th day of the year, like blood sacrifice, right? 257. So the coach, after that game, ended up with, hold on, let me zoom in. He ended up with a record of 55-46 overall, right? His first win with the Patriots, right? This is the new coach for the Patriots. His first win for the Patriots, 55-46 record overall. Just like sacrifice, 55-46. Right? So you want to look at the coaches, you want to look at their birthdays, you want to look at the span of days. The span of days, that's a giveaway. You want to look at the quarterbacks, look at the span of days of their birthday. So you got the Dolphins, right? One thing about the Dolphins, because that game was on Sunday yesterday. So they stayed on 191 wins. Blood sacrifice, human sacrifice. Think about Jesus, a human sacrifice on Sunday, the Son, right? Jesus, the Son. So the Dolphins stayed on 191 wins on Sunday, when Society of Jesus equals 191, right? Then look at Their record on Sunday. Just throw in different variables. Oh, what's their record on Sunday? Look at the data there. Record on Sunday. What's their record in September? What's their record away in September? If they're the away team? If they're the home team, the Dolphins was the home team. That's why the away record didn't even matter, because they wasn't even away. They was at home. So that it stayed like this anyway. This wasn't gonna move regardless, because they was home, not away. So it was gonna stay on that regardless, right? So that just shows even more. So sometimes it might be helpful, even if they're not the away team, still to look at that record, because that could still point to what that home record gonna move to. You see what I'm saying? So their record on Sunday. So they got their 334th loss on Sunday all time against the Patriots. Now that day ended up being, so if we look at the Patriots' birthday, let's look at his birthday, August 14th. And then next year, you look at both. Well, you look at all three. You look at his overall, 1975, put in his whole birthday. Get the date numerology, because that's going to be another sign. The date numerology that he's born on. All of this is, these are all clues. These are all possible clues. So you don't want to leave no room for error. So you want to check everything. All right, I ain't really seeing nothing here. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm seeing that 601, right? He's exactly 601 months. And remember, the Patriots was the skull and crossbones team. Right? They was the skull and crossbones team. So look at the Dolphins. Skull and crossbones, 61. Right? 601 months. Then we seen that Society of Jesus, right? 191 wins like Society of Jesus. Jesus equals 61. So that was the link, that they're gonna be the sacrificial team. This is Jesus. Just figuratively speaking. You got to put these people into these spiritual roles. It's like these teams, the numbers that these teams have is telling you the role that they're going to play in this game. This is the archetype. So the coach played the role of the Jesus archetype. So that's why he got sacrificed, just like Jesus. You got to think these are Jesuits. So it's going to be a lot of Jesuit rituals. The Patriots coach, he went to a Jesuit high school. He went to Walsh Jesuit. So that game, right? His next birthday, let's do 2026, his next birthday, right? 334 days. So that's why the Dolphins got their 334th loss on Sunday, 334 days before the Patriots coach birthday. That's why I did that like that. So that's why the Patriots won that. Right? And these were shout out to, let me see. I can tell who pick it was based on how they type. This was hit a lick pick right here. Jonathan Taylor recorded his 58th career touchdown in a game heavily surrounded by Peyton Manning, because if you remember, the Colts played against the Broncos. That's Peyton Manning, both teams that he won Super Bowls with was the Broncos and the Colts. 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Colts and with the Broncos. So yes, it was heavily surrounded around Peyton Manning. So he got his 58th career touchdown. That smacked. I really want to focus on the ones that I broke down, because I can explain it the best, because I didn't look into these games. Hit a lick. This hit a lick pick right here. The Cincinnati Bengals. They played against the Jaguars. That was a hit. And Seattle Seahawks plus 3.5. Who they play against? The Steelers. The Seahawks versus Steelers. More than they won by what? What's that? 15. So yeah, that hit. And then yeah, then the other day the Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, so we on a 5-0 streak, really, in the last couple days. So we're on a 5-0 streak on the winnable. But let's touch on today's game. The reason why I keep having this Freudian slip is saying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play today against the Houston Texans. Now, the odds actually flipped on this game. The odds flipped. But it still stands because they're still utilizing the same numbers, right? So at first, the Buccaneers were negative 135. So check this out. Let me see what I got. Away. So let's look at their away record. Right? So they can get their 135th win all time, with the money line still at negative 135, regardless of which team, right? So that's even better. The Texans are gonna give the Buccaneers their 135th road win, 135. Kobe Bean Bryant, 135. So we see that these money lines is Kobe versus LeBron. So that's the role that these teams are playing. All right. So now it's a Kobe connection. Now keep in mind that today is 15/9. So let's go forward now, because today is the 15th. Let me refresh this. Today is the 15th. 15/9, like Donald Trump. So Donald Trump and Kobe have a more connection than Donald Trump and LeBron. Donald Trump and Kobe are more connected. So that tells me that they're gonna assassinate Trump, just like they did that ritual with Kobe. Whether they fake or not, they're gonna be skull and bones rituals, both of them. Well, Kobe already was a skull and bones ritual. Trump gonna be another one, right? You got Trump 88, Trump, Kobe number 8. You got Trump 24. He became president in the year 24. Kobe wore number 24 and the number 8. Check this out. The sacrificial lamb equals 88. So that's why Pope Francis died at 88. That's why all you see all them 88s, the sacrificial lamb. That mean they're gonna be a sacrificial lamb. So yeah, Trump is gonna be a sacrificial lamb as well. And that's why they keep doing these rituals around Trump. That's the energy that they're creating, the energy harvest. That's why they get everybody in these coliseums, in these stadiums, and harvest this energy to do future rituals and also do tributes to the past as well. The past and the future. They decode future events in these entertainment in the entertainment world. They use these rituals to cast further events in the future as well. Okay. So Todd Bowles. So now we're gonna look at Todd Bowles, because that's the coach for the Buccaneers. Right? He got 24 losses. So with that negative 135, he can stay on 24 losses. He can stay on 24 losses, and his birthday is on the 2nd month and the 4th day of this game. So let's throw that birthday in there. November 18th. So he was born on the 322nd day of the year. The team, the coach for the Buccaneers, when the logo is skull and bones, and the coach that they made, the person that they made coach, was born on the 322nd day of the year. or excuse me, it's the 18th. It's 322 only on leap years, I believe. Something like that. Yeah, leap years. On leap years is 322. That's why Drake made that song called November 18th. Yeah, my bad, the 18th. Let's see what year he was born. Was it a leap year? Yeah. So the day he was born was the 322nd day of the year. But since this year is not a leap year, his birthday lands on 323. Like Lucifer in Latin. So we got 43 weeks. For exactly 43 weeks. That goes back to the Kobe. That's why you seen that 25. Kinfolk, he might get 25th loss like Trump equal 25. But I believe that this 24 is stronger, right? If you include the fact that it's 43 weeks, just like 43, Kobe B. Bryant equals 43. And it's exactly 43 weeks. Then we got the 24 instead of the 25 if we include the end date. So he can stay on that 24 on his next birthday is on the second month and the 4th day of his age. And he can remain on 24 losses with Tampa Bay, with the Buccaneers. He can also stay on 65 losses all time. He can stay on 65 losses all time in his career. Just like Kobe B. Bryant, 65. And remember, that was exactly 43 weeks. After his last birthday, exactly 43 weeks. He can stay on exactly 43 weeks. He can stay on 65 losses. Just like Kobe B. Bryant. And then, so let's look at Buccaneers are September away. So you just want to throw in different stuff. So we got this Kobe, like I said, this Kobe and Donald Trump synchronicity. So the Buccaneers are currently 40-47 in September away because they're away this game. So we got Kobe Bryant and Donald Trump, right? Because if they get their 41st win, Kobe Bryant equals 41. And then they remain on 47 losses. On Donald Trump, 15/9. Now they can get their 48th loss. Right? But I think it's much stronger that they stay on their 47, especially when we start including the other team. Especially when we start, and it's the 88th game. That links Kobe and Trump together. If they get their 48th loss, that's just Trump. But we already got these Kobe synchronicities. Even they're leading us in this direction with the money lines. The money lines are the foundation of the roles that these teams are going to play. Even if you switch them, okay, that's cool. Still the same numbers. The 135. Don't forget about that the Buccaneers can get their 135th win against the Texans, and they made their money line 135. So yeah, in their 88th game, I believe they're gonna do this. Baker Mayfield, it's the 11,113th day of Baker Mayfield's life, like Kobe Bryant, 113. The Tampa Bay Buccaneer, 113. 113. Just like Kobe Bryant, 113 and 41. Get their 41st win in September away. And that's how old their quarterback is. See what I'm saying? So yes, they do these rituals to tribute rituals that have happened in the past. It don't matter what sport. It don't matter that it's NFL and Kobe never played NFL. These are rituals in sports. These are rituals in the world, period. And they created a certain frequency. And it's going to keep on going. That's why they sacrifice these certain people to harvest this energy. And then the people that's also linked to them numerically, they're also doing it for rituals in the future. So that's why Trump is connected to this, the sacrificial lamb. So we got the 113. Okay, so let's go over to the Texans now. So now it's even stronger that the odds have flipped and the Texans are the role of Kobe beating Bryant. 135. Because if we look at the Texans record all time, they got 162 and 210 all time. They can get their 211th loss. Like Black Mamba, 211. And then 211 is what? The 47th prime number. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yes. Yes. I forgot to add that. That 211 is the 47th prime number. And it's also 211 days before Baker Mayfield's birthday. The Buccaneers quarterback. So that's why you always look at the quarterbacks. They're the link as well. Baker Mayfield, April 14th. 211. 211 days. He can give the Texans their 211th loss in the franchise. 211th loss in the franchise against a quarterback, and it happens to be 211 days before that quarterback's birthday. And then the Buccaneers once again stay on 47. 211, the 47th prime number. Then it's 10 months and 13 days before the Texans coach birthday. That 113. 211, 113. 113, 113, 41. This links it all together right here. With the 47, this is a strong Trump ritual right here. Because the Texans, today is Monday. Let's look at their record on Mondays. So they're 6-10 today, right? Houston Texans equals 6-11, right? So the Texans can lose this game and go to 6-11 on Monday, right? This is for the Brotherhood of Death in Latin. The Brotherhood of Death, 6-11. What time did Trump get shot in the ear? He got shot at 6-11. He got shot at 6-11. So it's perfect. It's perfect. With an AR-15. The 47th president got shot with an AR-15. 47 is the 15th prime number. He got shot at 6-11. And the Texans can go 6-11. Donald Trump assassinated at 6-11. It's also 10 months, 1 week, and 6 days before the Texans coach birthday. Even the Texans equal 116, the reflection of 6-11. CJ Stroud. Let's look at the Texans quarterback, CJ Stroud. Let's look at CJ. Let's look at CJ. He's 11-5 at home. He can go to 11-6. And he's a black quarterback. African American, 116. 116. Black person, 116. There goes that 41. Donald Trump, Kobe Bryant. There's the Donald Trump and Kobe Bryant link. Brotherhood of Death, Skull and Bones. Brotherhood of Death, Skull and Bones. So yeah, CJ Stroud, 11-6. Even look at his birthday. CJ Stroud. Look at his birthday, October 3rd. 347. 347. The Brotherhood of Death. 347 days. 347. After his birthday. And he can go to 11 and 6. Brotherhood of Death. Go to 611. Brotherhood of Death. 116. Then look at that. 112. 112. Brotherhood of Death. 112. Houston. 112. 322. Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones, man. Order 322. Come on. Come on, man. Look at the span of days. Look at the span of days. So he's currently 11 and 5. He's coming into this game 11 and 5 at home. 11 months, 1 week, and 5 days. So after this game, he can end up 11 and 6 on the 11th month, 1st week, and 6th day of his age. 11 and 6. 11 and 6. So we got the 347, we got the 49, Skull and Bones, Donald J. Trump, Skull and Bones. So yeah, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight. So we ending at a good time. It's about to be 6 o'clock. I think this game come on in an hour. So shout out to everybody that see this game, see this video within, before the game start. So yeah. And regardless, win or lose, this video gonna stay up. I ain't gonna get embarrassed because I'm wrong and then take it down. We're gonna have honor. We're gonna have dignity. We're gonna have integrity. Right? We're gonna have integrity. Right? I don't think this game ain't came on yet. Today, 7 o'clock. So we got another hour. And so we're gonna have integrity. Even if we end up being wrong, we're gonna have integrity and we're gonna keep it up. But that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support. And I'm out.